The information presented is for informational purposes only. The opinions expressed are not necessarily the opinions of any Daikin company. This information should not be confused for accounting, legal, medical, or other professional advice. Please seek advice from a qualified professional for any specific questions.
It's actually a very safe refrigerant.
Daikin wants to be involved in the community.
Making another touch point to build my brand.
So the first question we ask everyone is, welcome to Accelerated HVAC Success. My name is Ben Middleton. I'm the National Sales Training Manager for the Goodman, Amana, and Daikin brands. Today we are at Seahurst Park, and we are talking about all things Daikin Fit and Ductless. I'm joined here today with Kraig. Kraig, you're with College Place Heating and Air Conditioning in Walla Walla, Washington.
Yeah, that's right.
So thank you so much for driving out here. It's absolutely gorgeous as we look at our surroundings that we have here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Tell me a little bit about, your dad was actually on the podcast about a year ago, and we were talking about R32 and a lot of the great things. And what I remember from your dad is he comes from a little bit of an engineering background in HVAC. Tell me a little bit about, how did you get into HVAC? Obviously, your dad's in the business, but
Yeah.
What drew you into this industry?
Yeah, so my dad actually got sucked in by my grandpa. So my grandpa started it in 1949, our business, and my dad took it over after he died. And I was like 15 years old. I started working, running through crawl spaces with the spiders and mice and so forth. And so at college, I went a totally different direction at first. And then as I got out, I was like, nah, I really liked working with my family. My brother worked there as well. And he kept petitioning that I, come join up. And so just flowed naturally from there and never regretted it.
So we've been traveling the country, going to all of these great locations and talking about how Daikin Fit really performs in just about every environment out there.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Walla Walla. What's the weather like in Walla Walla?
It's everywhere. So a couple of years ago, it was 118 at one point in the summer. And it was like a couple of years ago also, it was like negative 20 in the winter. So it gets really cool. We get mild snowfall, but yeah, the Daikin Fit works perfect in pretty much all those conditions, different options at least that will suffice better in certain scenarios.
So you guys were one of the early adopters when we rolled out R32 with our Daikin Atmosphera product.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago already. And
yes.
Yeah.
So how has R32 been received by the homeowners when you guys have started putting it out with ductless, and now as you're rolling into the unitary product? How has that worked for you guys?
It's worked great. There's a lot of, I think, fun selling points on the R32. That it's a single molecule again, kind of like the R22 back in the day. That's a little bit, for me, that's very exciting. Less potential for things to have issues, and then no microplastics in it because it's not blended as well. And just a lot of, I think, added efficiency, better for the environment. Nothing wrong to say about it.
One of the things I'm asking a lot of contractors right now is there seems to be a lot of like shifting sands that we're on. We have all kinds of regulatory changes. We thought regulatory changes were going one way, now they're going another way. There's obviously tariffs, there's supply chain issues, there's economic uncertainty that people have right now. So you have consumer confidence is kind of shaky in terms of the way things are. There's geopolitical concerns that we have around the globe. And when you look at today's consumer, things can be a little bit chaotic, but I'm really trying to understand how are contractors thriving in this chaos that we have. What are some of the keys to your success right now that you would say are really helping you guys win and be successful?
Yeah, well, I think some of the keys are, well, partially that we're consistent with our pricing. We're not trying to, get ahead because the market was low or was high a few years ago and change that up. So we're being very consistent. And so the word of mouth, what people are talking about, stays the same across the board. And we have a really good base with people spreading our company's name by word of mouth. So I think that's really beneficial. And then Daikin continuing to adapt with the market and making it very accessible to know what's available for assists from the government or from, the Pacific Power in our area, different power companies and things, to try to best assist people. And then when the market has been really extremely difficult to buy things in recently, the the financing options that they keep coming out with that make it very easy to go forward with a low monthly payment that still make it affordable. And so I think just utilizing all those different tools that they give us and then being consistent all across the board is what's been helpful.
Okay, so just being kind of that stabilizing force within your marketplace that you have, definitely leveraging financing, helping with affordability, and helping consumers when that's really been kind of the things that you guys are adhering to. And then obviously the technology. So tell me how you're embracing the various different Daikin technologies at your company and how it's differentiating you from your competitors.
Yeah. I mean, so our competitors, it seems, are starting to move more towards like inverter technology a bit more. But, over the years, we've probably been selling the Daikin Fit for 5 to 7 years now. And it's just been, for us, the most reliable product out there that we've had. We always get those customers that are worried about, the bells and whistles, computers that are going to have failures and whatnot. But that hasn't been our experience. Our experience is that the major things that can go wrong, like the refrigeration systems and whatnot, since it's inverter technology, it's generally much easier on like the joints and stuff on the system because there's no hard startups or anything like that. And so if there is a failure, it's generally related to maintenance, not having cleaned your filter or whatnot. But they also overcome a lot of that because they're sensing for all of those things, shutting themselves down. And then we use cloud services on most systems. And so on the back end, I can kind of glance and see, oh, yeah, there's like a 90% chance your filter's clogged right now. And give that a look. And, oh, yeah, that's it. So your system will be fine. Just get that and maybe schedule a maintenance, get it cleaned. And then the thing just keeps going. And every once in a while, there's a board that fails. But Daikin is phenomenal with their warranty. And so changing out the board, 12 years, generally, if we've had a board failure, and there's been very few. If there has been, it's been a quick and easy change out. Things get back up and going, no problem. And so our customers have really embraced it. They love being able to connect to their phones and control it about anywhere they are. They love being able to have us look at it. Some are a little bit apprehensive. I just tell them, I'm the only one looking at this. And then if there's some people out there that really love to know all sorts of data. And so I can, print out a sheet for them of how it's performed throughout, like maybe on the hottest day, only I'm just showing them that data. And it's just been incredible. Yeah.
That's really cool. Has the Daikin Cloud Services, because they have it on their phones, and I know I share apps with people all the time. Oh, you got to see what, here's what's going on in my home, or here's this ring doorbell video that I took, or whatever that you see. Do you see that actually helps to drive more referral business for you because of the access that they have?
Yeah, referral, I haven't heard much about the referral in that regard. People love it, and they do share that with people, and they tell their, if it is referrals, it's generally in family. It's like if I sold it to like a younger family or something like that, and then they get their parents on it because they want to help their parents with their thermostat and whatnot, and they can with that. And so it's a really logical step to, if they're aging and it's harder to see numbers and whatnot. So most of the time, the referrals that we are receiving are just people really loving working with our business, and then the product is like the byproduct, it feels like a lot of the time, but it doesn't hurt at all. Yeah.
How are you seeing homeowners start to embrace having ducted and ductless systems in their home to solve various different problems? Are you starting to see more and more people utilize both technologies in the same residence?
Yeah. I'm one of the examples.
Okay.
I got like the new the 120 volt little mini split in my garage, which is really great. So a lot of people use those in garages, or it's a lot of attic spaces that just you can't really adapt well with ductwork. You have to rip out a ton of the house and totally reconfigure things. And putting like a single head mini split up there or something like that takes care of a lot. Tiny homes are just incredible for mini splits. And my favorite's still the ducted systems. I like having, just like the one control, less maintenance, unless you're going to like multi-head systems. And so they really embrace it well. It just takes care of such a slew of different issues that could come up in a house where you're just uncomfortable. And yeah.
How would you say customers are interacting more with businesses today? Do you see more people going and doing a lot more research on websites before they call you out? Because you actually go out and do a lot of the estimating, right?
Yeah.
So, as a comfort advisor in today's market, how have you seen kind of the consumer maybe change in the last couple of years on how they interact? How educated are they by the time you come out
Yeah.
there? What questions are they asking that are different? How is all of that shifting?
Yeah, it's probably like 50-50 on customers. You
Okay.
still have a class that does not pay attention to it much, and they do kind of rely on you. And then you have a lot of people that will go and they'll research after you give them some ideas.
Yep.
But there's still a ton of people that, yes, they've looked it up. They know kind of what they're looking for, what they're looking at, and they're just verifying. And that's something that Daikin's really helped with because they've put a good name out for themselves on the internet. And so I'm telling them about Daikin, and they're looking it up and like, yeah, this fit product sounds really good. People love this thing. I'm like, yep, that's our experience too. And so that's helped a lot. It's all over the place. Younger people are especially, they're looking up all sorts of things, and they're telling me, yeah, the inverter systems sound pretty nice. I think that sounds like the way to go.
So I hear from some contractors, all customers want is a cheap price and all they want is base efficiency.
Yeah.
What would you say to a contractor that is kind of thinking that right now in my market? Everybody just wants the lower price. What do you see that makes a consumer say, yeah, I want to pay more for that inverter experience, or I want to get more with indoor air quality or the other accessories or benefits that they have available?
Yeah. There's just so many different things that are benefits to the contractor for selling inverter systems and benefits for the customers. And so, the biggest things would be efficiency for the customer, paying less for the same amount of cooling, and paying a lot less for the same amount of heating if you get like that enhanced fit or something like that. You're going and wall, you get down below 30 for months, and so you're just saving tons of money there. And then the comfort, the noise level, all of that are things that people, they value. The outdoor units are smaller. People like having a patio that's not obstructed by something like a monstrosity out there. And so, I would say if people aren't wanting to sell it yet, they're a little dubious. Give a couple options and you'll find that, I don't know, for me, 80% of the time people go for the fit. And that's over if I'm pricing them something a couple $1,000s less. And there's also so many, it depends on where you live, but so many incentives for going for something that's more efficient.
Yeah.
And it brings down the cost, not all the way down to like a low tier system, but overall the advantages are appealing.
What financing programs do you see most consumers utilizing today?
Yeah, well, we use Optimus, and so they get priced into different categories based off credit score and whatnot. And so most of our guys are using that. And then in our area, we have Wells Fargo banking, and so some already have accounts there, and they utilize that. And then sometimes you do the buy down with Daikin over the rebate, which is a really nice way to go for customers. It gets them a very low interest rate and so forth.
But are you seeing customers go with more of the 0% interest loans, or is it the longer term loans and getting a lower payment? Where do you see a lot of the customers prioritizing what they're looking for when it comes to financing something?
It's really 50-50 on that.
Okay.
All right. So they got some customers, like they're expecting a bonus or something at the end of the year. Like, I can push off till then. The 0% is great.
Yes.
That's amazing. And some are like, well, I don't know when that big boost is coming, and a couple $100s a month is really affordable. That sounds like the right way to go. So it's kind of all across the board.
So how has Daikin helped your company in terms of training, education, and you guys work with Thermal Supply. How has Thermal Supply helped you guys with that?
Yeah, they have trainings all the time. They're really incredible. They have, especially their sales trainings with Russ Horrocks and things like that. They're very, it's not gimmicky. It's very straightforward. It's very personal and honest with the sales approach. And that's what they're pushing on us, is to utilize things like that. And so that's been, it's a breath of fresh air compared to, I think, what my dad has experienced in the past, because he's been doing it for 50 years. And So it's really nice to have people that are encouraging you to be as honest as you can be, straightforward, and just encouraging you to learn how to appeal to your customers in a better way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Transparency, authenticity are such
Yeah.
big things in today's world. That's what people really value and appreciate when somebody can come into their home and be authentic, to be fully transparent with what they're doing, and then just lay it out. Give me the choices, and I can make a well-informed decision.
Yes.
Last question that I ask everybody is, do you have any final words of wisdom or thoughts that you want to share with all the other HVAC contractors that are out there? Kind of put you on the spot a little bit, I know.
Too young for wisdom. No, I don't know. Like right now, it's probably a little bit of a downtime across the HVAC industry in terms of our economy and whatnot, and it's probably easy to get discouraged. But it's a wonderful industry, and there's so many upsides to it. And right now, it's just a waiting game, and it'll be just like it was. I watched my dad throughout the years. He's like, "Yep, Kraig, this is exactly how it's always been, ups and downs, and we're fine." So,
Well, Kraig, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming out.
thanks, Ben.
For all of you that are out there, if you liked this episode, please make sure that you hit that like button. If you're listening to one of our podcast channels, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can be informed of all of the other upcoming episodes that we have. And until next time,
It's actually a very safe refrigerant.
Daikin wants to be involved in the community.
Making another touch point to build my brand.
So the first question we ask everyone is,